I started diving as young as I could start. My mom looked if there is some school for diving. She didn't even know if something like that existed. So she found a school, and at 13 years old, I can start with a scuba. For me, I was already a diver because I was swimming with my mask and goggles and my fins and all the thing. But at 13 years old, I could finally start with scuba gear. And at this point, the only time I feel so confident of what I'm going to do in my life, because it was sure. I will be a diver, a marine biologist, a photographer. It was a bit out of focus, exactly the job, but it was going underwater and see what happened in the water. Everybody heard about the hidden part of the iceberg, sometimes just like an image, a metaphor, and sometimes really like we know that when you are watching an iceberg outside, even if it's huge, it's only 10%. So when I knew that I will be back to Antarctica for the second time in my life, I had this idea, why not find the right place, the right iceberg, the right visibility in the water, everything together, and maybe do something, a photo where the title would be The Hidden Part of an Iceberg. And one day we saw this just 10-meter top of an iceberg stick in the ice field, and I think that maybe it could be the right place, because this thing is quite big, but it means that it's 90% bigger under. The depth was only 40-45 meters, so maybe it doesn't touch the bottom. So he's floating but not moving because of the ice field. My God, could be the best place. So we make a lot of little holes, because it was 2 meters thick of ice. So we have to swim after that, and we find the place. So and after that it was just the beginning, because he asked us 3 days to organize the shooting, because it was anyway too big for just a single, even with a wide angle camera, it was too big. If you are close, you don't see it anymore. And so we decided to find a system to make a kind of panoramic photo. So to realize this picture is a merge of 147 pictures actually. Wildlife photography is part of my job for the last 20 years at least, and I never dare to compare to so prestigious competition. I never dare. Until I did this job in Antarctica. Maybe it's not because I feel my picture better, but I feel that this picture was so painful to produce, and I wanted also to find all the way to thanks all the people who support me, or like my divers suffer with me during this. So I say it's the year or never to participate, to try this. So of course I was very, very proud when I get the award yesterday night in the National Museum here in London. It's a huge privilege. Even if it's painful sometimes, you have this feeling to be the first to go so deep in this place. It's virgin diving places. As a diver in passion for underwater exploration, I had a lot of dream, and so I have to find a partner able to make my dream come true. And I find this partner with Blancpain. That was really the brand, really able to help me, to support me on a long-term vision.